right, roadside firewood, take two. So here we are. We are at the back of the parking lot where one of my offices is, and I was telling you the other day in the previous video that this is obviously like a switching station for the electric utility company, and they came through here a couple years ago and they just took down a ton of trees along this fence line. And as you can see, they left a lot of the wood cut in rounds here. Some of them are a little long, but most of them are probably in that 36 inch range. So I'm going to pull out as many as I can here today. I've got a little bit of time. These are probably going to be the first ones I'll pull out. They're the closest. I've got some pine here, which obviously I don't want that, but nonetheless, free firewood. Here we go. I want to show you guys something. I don't know if you can see on this log here. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit and show you. But this is something you want to be careful about, certainly with any firewood you're harvesting. But if you're not familiar with the area where you're taking the wood, I want to show you. There's a little vine here. It's dead. But that's actually a poison ivy vine, and you can kind of tell poison ivy. It's got these little kind of hairy structures that attach it to the bark, and I'm just going to chop that off. I don't want to be messing with that. After a certain period of time, the vine's dead, but after a certain period of time, the oil that causes the allergic reaction with poison ivy sensitivity, it eventually kind of fades away on the dead vine. But I don't know how long this has been dead, And I just don't want to be, number one, getting that all over myself. Number two, selling wood that has poison ivy remnants on it, because not only can it bother you when you contact it, but when if you burn it, that oil that gets airborne in the smoke and you inhale it can cause one heck of a problem. So you just want to take a close look at, you know, the wood that you're getting either on your property or on anyone else's property or free wood, and just take a look around the bark and see if you don't notice some little hairy remnants. There's some right here, kind of hard to see, but chop that out. Yeah, just be really careful about that, folks, that, you know, you're not handling or selling wood that still has remnants of poison ivy in it. Probably should have brought the chainsaw. Phew. The producers of this channel are not going to be happy with the fact that one of the actors is messing up the uniform. Now we've got a nice red-tailed hawk flying up there. Well, I measured the time, or clocked the time, about 25 minutes to get this amount in the back of the truck. And I could probably squeeze a few more in there, but that's going to be, I'm going to be doing this in stages. I don't have a trailer, so as you can see, there is a lot more wood back here. Now, one of the things that I hadn't really thought about too much is the fact that this is a very low area here. You can see the standing water back here on the other side of the fence. And starting yesterday morning all through last night, we had about 2 inches of rain. Imagine that, more rain here in southeastern Pennsylvania. So this area, drains a lot of the higher ground, and the logs weren't necessarily sitting in water, but the ground was just very, very muddy, as you can tell, in this area here. And it was just getting really slippery moving around. I was starting to slip and slide, and I didn't want to take a fall. So, I'm going to let it dry out we've got no rain, thankfully, for about the next week. We'll see what the end of this week looks like. I'll probably come back and get some more. This is going to, the amount that I have now, probably, if not maybe one more truckload, will certainly cover me for ready to sell firewood until what I cut and stacked last year is ready to go. So, not bad for about a half an hour's worth of lifting and hossing around. It was a good gym workout, but this will be a great amount to cut up and split up and just let it air dry for maybe a month or so, get some of the surface moisture out of it. What we'll do is we'll bring this back to Catbird Hill, and I'm probably going to have to hand split some of this because the Unicorn wood splitter, log splitter, is currently out of action, but for a really good reason. So you'll have to stay tuned and watch what's happening when I bring the log splitter back into action. Until next time, John here from Catbird Hill. Take care.